Hey guys, so today we're going to be breaking down the incoming free-to-play Android 18. Here she is, the yellow, yellow 18. Oh god, PTSD. Anyway, this character is releasing this week alongside the Zenkai for LF Full Power Broly. They're both coming out exactly during weekly reset, which the time I'm recording this video, and by the time you guys are watching this, it'll be probably like 15-ish hours from when this video goes live or something like that. So we're going to take a look at what she does just so we can get a feel for what she's trying to do before we actually test her out when she comes out tomorrow. So this is a support yellow character. This is obviously Android 18 from the Majin Buu saga. We actually already do have a red Android 18 from a very, very long time ago that has the same outfit on. So let's go ahead and take a look here at what she's doing. Let's go ahead and pump her up to the maximum stats here. So she's a support type character. So we're going to have to subtract 8,000 to account for arts boost and title boosts. So yeah, offenses are really, really low. I mean, she's at like just barely 230 strike and like mid to low 230 blasts. That is pretty bad offenses. But she has pretty good defenses. For a free character, those are good defenses. And honestly, the health is pretty good. 2.5 million health on a free character is very high. So for a support character, I think I actually mentioned this in, I think it was the 14-star Supreme Kai showcase video. As long as you're a support character that is doing support things and you have good defenses, I'm not really going to be that crazy about your attack stats or your damage, right? Your damage could be okay. And that's probably good enough for me as long as you're providing utility and support to the team. So this, realistically, the stat spread is not the worst for a support character. All right, she is going to hold a normal strike and a normal blast card. She is, of course, in the Majin Buu saga episode, and then she's androids, and that's it. Like, girls is not a team, twins is not a team, event exclusive is not a team. So she's on one tag androids, which is, yeah, that's going to be the main area where the character's going to suffer from, is just being on like no teams, which is probably a big deal. So just remember that. All right, so her arts, normal strike, normal blast. The blue card is violent shot. This should be a ranged blue. Deals major impact damage, applies the following effects to self-bound activation. 100% to special move damage inflicted for 3 counts, activates once. And then 30% to special move damage inflicted for 3 timer counts, gains 1 Dragon Ball. Wow. Not even on hit, it's just on activation. So even if you miss the blue card, you're still going to be gaining a Dragon Ball, and you can do that 2 times. Inflicts all enemies with 5 subcounts on hit. That is actually, this is a very strong blue card. What the hell? What? Okay. This, oh, no, wait. This is a melee blue, isn't it? Let me actually just check something, because I'm pretty sure they would just give her the same melee blue as the one that exists already. Where is the here? Violent shot is what it's called, right? Yeah, this is a melee blue. So I guess it is going to be a melee blue. So I mean, the only thing about this, I guess, if it's going to be a melee blue, is it has no blast armor. But that's a pretty strong array of mechanics on here. 100% damage, 30% damage, gain a Dragon Ball, inflicts all enemies with 5 subcounts. Because this inflicts all enemies with 5 subcounts is not a attribute downgrade. That's just, you're straight up inflicting them with 5 subcounts. So you can use this and then like tackle and then rush if they vanish it, right? So there's actually a lot of utility for this blue card. I kind of like this. Even though there is no blast armor, which is a little bit weird for even a free-to-play character in 2024 to not have blast armor on their melee blue card, but I think this blue card still has value. So stop time green card, randomly draws 1 new card, 50 key, increase on Dragon Balls by 1, activates once. A lot of Dragon Ball gain. So it looks like they're kind of building the Majin Buu saga team to be all about gaining Dragon Balls, because we have, of course, the fusing Vegito, who his entire unique age is built around gaining Dragon Balls. Supreme Kai gets you a Dragon Ball when he switches out twice. And now we have this 18 who's getting a Dragon Ball from using her blue card, and she's getting a Dragon Ball from using her green card. So it's gonna be a lot of Dragon Ball gain on the Majin Buu saga team. I guess that's sort of the theme they're going for that team. Shortens allies sub count by 3, activates 3 times, randomly destroys 2 enemy cards. Yeah, so this is like one issue that I've had with a lot of these free-to-play characters is a lot of times they give them really weird restrictions. Like, why is the ally sub count reduction by 3 limited to 3 times? I could not tell you. Are they scared you're going to be spamming green cards with the free-to-play yellow 18? Like, I don't really get it, but it's still okay, I guess. All right, main ability. Draws a green card next, restores own key by 50, cover null for 10 counts, 30% damage by allies for 30 counts, and then gradually restores ally health each time recount for 30 counts. So yeah, right away we're already starting with the support capabilities. The green card is also technically a support style green card because it is going to reduce ally sub count. And this is actually, honestly, for a free-to-play character, this is a pretty strong main ability for a support unit. Guaranteed green card draw, 50 key, cover null, 30% damage, and healing the team. That's not bad. That's pretty decent. Z ability. Let me actually go back to 14 so we can see the max Z ability here. 33% to Majin Buu Saga event exclusive or Android blast attack and defense. Is she more blast oriented? She is. Okay, so I mean it's not that big of a deal because only 4,000, but we'll see if she has any specific blast damage. Applies the following effects to self when battle starts. 80% damage inflicted. Reduced damage received by 70%. Do we typically get free-to-play characters that have that? 70% reduced damage received? I'm actually going to pull up, what was the last free-to-play character we got? Let me see. The last free-to-play character we got was, let me see. Goku. Raditz. It was Raditz, right? The last free-to-play character we got was Raditz, I believe. Let me see. What does Raditz have? Raditz has 65%, yeah. Raditz has 65%. Before Raditz, we got a free-to-play Fury Broly, the blue Fury Broly. He has 65%. And then before that, we got a free-to-play First Form Cell. That First Form Cell has 65%. Yeah, so it looks like they are actually making the adjustment now to free-to-play. I mean, we'll see what they do with the next free-to-play character because there's no pattern if it's only one character that has this, but looks like they are making the jump for free-to-play characters to have 70% reduced damage received, which, granted, it's not like a massive jump from 65 to 70, but it is nice to see that they are giving them a bit of extra sustainability because free-to-play character, especially a character like this who has really high base defenses, like that's pretty good. 70% reduced damage received on a free character. I'll take this. 50% Q recovery, card draw speed, and then -5 to arts cost. Okay, so it's actually pretty good baseline there. Following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield. Randomly draws 1 new card when you have 3 or fewer cards. 80%, can't see. 80% of damage inflicted for 15 counts cannot be canceled, so that's going to go up to 160. Seals 1 enemy card slot randomly for 10 counts. That is a long time. Okay. And then applies the following effects to self according to the number of times this character has been on the battlefield. Okay, so she's going to have this mechanic. Every time you see a character that has this mechanic, you're pretty much going to always want to start with them. Just because whenever you switch out with them, it's going to count as you going out, then back in the next time you go in with them. So 2 or more times, restores health by 10%. And then 3 or more times, she actually gets double card draw speed because remember, she's starting out with base card draw speed here. That's not bad, actually. Double card draw speed on a free character. And then she could also get cover null with her main ability for 20 count or 10 counts, whatever it is. Yeah, 10 counts. Applies the following effects to self every time when faced with an enemy. She's also getting 25 key and 20% damage whenever she's switching in, and then whenever an enemy switches in. So she's going to be at about 180% damage with all those things up. Okay, that's not bad first main ability or first unique ability for a free character. I'm kind of looking for more support stuff though. Here's the second unique ability. The following effects occur every time when hit with an enemy's arts attack while this character's in the battlefield. Shortens allies subcount by 1. And then reduce enemy key by 30. Activation counts reset after character. So that's not bad. 30 is not like a lot. Like I think the difference between like 30 and 50 with this specific mechanic is actually really big. But 30 is not bad. And then shortening ally subcount by 1. That might not sound like a lot, but we have so many different characters that manipulate subcounts in some way on standby. So in combination with this, it actually could be pretty good. I like this so far. Activation count resets after character switches. The following effects occur when this character is switched to standby. Okay, here's where we're probably going to get some support stuff. Shortens own sub count by 1, activates 3 times. Okay, she's going to have a default essentially of 9 to switch back in after she switches out, which basically is going to synergize well with this, just getting her back onto the field sooner. Restores ally health by 10% and ki by 30. 10% damage inflicted by allies cannot be canceled, activates twice. So that is a permanent buff, actually. So she can give 20% damage permanently. And then 10% to damage inflicted by allied episode Majin Buu Saga, event exclusive or androids, activates 3 times. Wow. Yeah, so this is very, very, very clearly a character you want to start with. Because you want to start, number one, you want to start stacking this damage as fast as you can by switching her out many times. And then you want to start getting as many applications of this up as you can as well. So if you're using this character, you pretty much have to start with her. Wow, so if you're a Majin Buu Saga event exclusive or android character, she's going to give permanent a maximum of 50% damage. Keep in mind, those buffs also apply to herself as well. So she's getting 80 here, 80 here, 20 here, and then 50 from this. So that's 230% if you have everything active from this support portion here. Following effects occur when this character is defeated. She has death buffs. Restores ally health by 20%. Well, I guess these technically aren't really death buffs. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade at -1 card draw speed for 30 counts. Damn, if that was all enemies, that would be so good. But it's only the current enemy. Inflicts enemy. Damn. That is still pretty annoying though, because it basically means one of your characters is going to be crippled like severely for 30 counts. But the unfortunate thing about this at this point is there are a lot of ways for people to sort of like delete these debuffs, like the fusing Goku and Vegeta into Vegito. Like all they have to do is tag once and they remove all this stuff. So it's not really that hindering anymore. And then reduce enemies Dragon Balls by 1. Okay, that's pretty good. Overall, she seems pretty decent actually. I don't really have much to complain about. She's free to play, and whenever we have free to play characters, you can't really go into this expecting the world. When we have free to play characters, especially support characters, though, I think as long as they're able to provide something that most other units can't do, that's really what we're looking for here. But this character really has a lot going for her. I mean, she has 2 times card draw speed, she has cover null, she has support. Like if you have all of this active down here, that's 50% damage. And then if you pop the main ability, that's another 30. So you're giving 80% support. If you have the main ability active plus all that support, that's 80% damage to the team. Plus it's also going to apply to herself, right? So when it says inflicted by allies, that includes herself, because she's technically an ally of herself. I like this. I think she's really good. And then if you get this active, you're going to inflict sub counts, 100% damage, 30% damage. She's force drawing a ton of Dragon Balls too. I actually think this is a pretty interesting free-to-play character. And of course, it's an Android 18. Every single time we get an Android 18, she's like, in some way or another, they're really good. This game has a very, very obvious bias towards Android 18 for whatever reason. But there we go. That is the breakdown for the free-to-play Android 18. I'm actually pretty excited to test her out. So tomorrow we have 2 showcases to do. We have the Zenkai for not free-to-play, the Zenkai for LF Full Power Broly, and then we have this free-to-play Android 18 that I'm going to be doing showcases on tomorrow. So let me know what you guys think of the free-to-play yellow Android 18. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.